Okay guys, I think we'll have a look at the DAX, shall we?
Matron, take them away.
And a warm welcome to one and all. If this is your first time here, I'm the big fella Scruff. Sitting next to me is Wonderwink, normally wondering what I'm up to at any one time. But we're here to try and put trading in the real world. Maybe show you a trick or two along the way. So if that sounds good and you want to see some value, do take a second to hit that little subscribe button. Genuinely helps, and we'll crack on. So what am I doing? Well, apart from getting wrong off the wild wonder here.
She's wrong.
She's in my ear all the time. It's bloody terrible. And she is. She's she's proper wife. She just whinges on all the time. So I'm trying to work carefully here. But not only am I trying to do my job every 2 minutes. What do I do here? Why can't I do this? What about that? And I'm like, ugh. Do you ever get that, like, boys and girls? Do drop in the comments and say whether your other half tells you off as much as what she does. Because I'm in trouble every hour of every single day. And I swear to God, when I'm sleeping, she wakes up just to give us a nudge and tell me off then as well. But anyway.
You know how to exaggerate.
No, it's true. It's true. I mean, I showed you in the videos the other week the bite marks on my arm because she did. She abuses me. I'm a battered husband, boys and girls.
No, you're not.
I am. But she makes the coffee, which I'm quite pleased about, in my scruffy mug. And if you quite fancy one, check this merch shelf out. It takes you to the shop. There's all sorts there. Anyway, so what's all sorts on the charts? Well, I was talking to the guys earlier on, and I was trying to put into some context for Simon in one of the videos about small accounts. But we've got to remember we're here for one purpose. You know, for me, this isn't a hobby, it's my job. So therefore, I have to be paid from it. And that's what we're going to be doing right now. Going to be trading the DAX for wages. Now, I've already done the challenge account. Now, the challenge account is this. And as you can see, if you saw those videos, I only have to do $6 a day. Well, I've already achieved that. So I don't need to do anything more on that account. So now I'm going to be concentrating on this account. You know, we did a little bit yesterday, so I was quite happy with that. And now we need to top that up. So how are we going to do it? Well, the how and the why. The why is because I need to be paid. And the how is what I'm about to show you. Now, I've already spoken to the guys and kind of gave them some heads up of how to read this thing, what I'm looking for, all of that sort of thing. And it looks like they're all having a bit of a chat. Well done, Andrew. Dropped some good figures. They're all starting to put in some really good figures now. They've come on leaps and bounds. I'm really pleased. And then we just chat amongst ourselves as we go through, have a bit of a sing-song as well. But this is what's important. I like to show them what I'm doing and why I'm doing it. And then from there, on an early morning, I'll drop in the strength. So if they're looking at Forex, they can see exactly which is the strongest, the weakest, what the shakers are, what the best picks are of the day. And then each hour, I update a buyer sheet. And the buyer sheet is the products that I'm going to trade and the direction I'm going to take. So here we're looking at the DAX. It's a B trade, so it's pretty good. It says it's fair, and the pair of them we're seeing weight. Well, the one that's starting to come into play is the DAX, so I'm going to look at that for this hour. And anybody who's a regular follower of the channel will know I like the DAX. And why do I like the DAX? Because it moves. It moves really quickly. So we're looking to buy it. But the first reason is, why do we want to buy it? Well, surge. It didn't come back. Surge. and it's gone into a range here. Worked its way to the bottom of the range, rejected the level because it didn't quite get there, came back, showed signs to the upside, and it's still showing signs to the upside. So this section here is a good opportunity because it's the top of here. Come down here, you can see that range a little bit more clearly. And again, it's pushed up, it's come back down, it's moving back up, and it's looking to come back here. And then if it breaks through there, it'll try to get to the very top of the range. This is quite a simple, easy trade. The premise of the trade is going to be based on this. So I'm going to take a fib from its movement. Now it's started down there, got all the way up to here, and it's cracked through. So in other words, it's come down and it's working its way back to key points, which is that 23 here, highlighting this cluster. There's plenty of room there. Now, if I want to be super tight, I could actually pull this up onto here, where that's kind of a full, how do we call this? Sustained move. And again, it's on there, and the 23 is roughly in the same place. So the tops of this cluster is kind of the target. We've got loads of room to get up there, and we've got loads of room to go down there. So this might retrace on itself, possibly down to the 50, which is here, which it is. So I'm going to watch this come down to then trade it the opposite direction. Okay, move this down. There it is. You've got nice little map marks there for you to work on. Now, a good trick is to do this. I do this all the time, where I'll just put some dotted lines in, giving me good entry exits, so I can clearly define what I'm looking at. And I'll look to buy these levels. Simple stuff. Look at a 15. What can we see here? Is there any sort of attraction points we can see? Well, you can see there's a rejection here. So this one looks quite nice. So at the moment, see if it'll come down, fill up this. There is an overextended candle here, which it may well try to push down to have a look at. Fine. But let's have a look, see where the pivotal point is. Well, the pivot point is the 50. So if it is pulling back, the 50 is bang on that level. So again, it's mapping out. And talking of pivots, let's actually have a look at the pivots. So just get rid of these indicators a little bit. And we'll put on a pivot. And we can see what's happened. Well, opened above. It's tried to push up. And it doesn't look like it's made it. So there's R1. Rule of thumb, if it opens above a pivot, it'll try and go to that R1. Adds weight to the fact that I'm wanting to go long. So I'm looking to buy any of these levels, and I'll be quite happy to buy these levels. So let me just switch them off. And then what I'll do is I'll leave the camera running, and that's that. Away we go. Okay, guys, that's kind of complete. It's done okay. It's jogged along, in, out. But as you see, there's a stall point coming in right now. Let me just put a different screen on so I can highlight this a bit better for you. We can see it's stalling here. Now these levels become quite important to go the opposite direction. Is it something I recommend? Not really. Is it something I'm going to do? Yes. Why? Because I'm stupid. Shut up, you.
I never said a word.
Right. So now what we're going to do is we're going to do the reverse, and we're going to take it down into these blue markers. And why? Because these things do retrace. And I'm not quite at wages. I wanted wages, but I'm not quite at wages. I'm almost at wages. So that's kind of what I've done. I'm £7 off. We're going to let this run backwards on itself slightly. We're just going to do a little bit of work. Now, what I can do is also, this is kind of resetting. Now, if I move this out to a 15-minute, we can see huge drive, back down, through each one of these levels, which has been respected. It's now pushed up into here, and it's slamming down a little bit. We can go backwards into this, so we can see that drive. Goody gumdrops. What's the most recent drive? Well, it's here. There it is, right there. Okay, so we're zooming in on this one. Look to see where it started. It started there. Came back up. We've now got decent target points of where it might go back to. Well, it might pull back on itself to here. So what's this highlighted? Well, this is highlighting areas of attraction of overextended candles. There's an overextended candle, and it's highlighted it perfectly. There's a bunch, single direction, highlighted it perfectly. There's the first accelerant just there, stalled up here, and has tried to come back to the 50. But again, where did the candle stop? Bang on it. And then again down here, overextended candle. So if you can see a candle here that looks like this, and what an overextended candle is, if I just highlight this slightly, just pull that through, is something like that. It's a candle that is bigger than normal. So these are like normal candles, and then you'll see a big one that's just behind it. Now that's just clicked over, right? Okay. Could have grabbed some money there, but that should be enough. Just going to highlight that onto that level. Just mark that onto there slightly. So that works in just nice. There it is there, just pushing back, which they often do. They do it quite regular. So you can capitalize on it, you know, to get some money out of it. Tenner, there we go, sorted. All right. All I need to do now is I can wait for it to come down, bounce this, go straight back up if I so wish. Lots of things you can do. And I might just watch it for a few minutes, see what happens. Just so we can see if this will touch this and this. Simple. And the only reason I took that £10 trade was because it's rejecting this zone. Every time it comes into a zone, there is some form of quick reaction against it. There it is there. Took the opportunity to grab an extra tenner. Boom. Happy. It's the only reason I've done it. If this was down in the middle here, no, I would stick with the direction I'm going. And sure enough, there it is. It's cracked straight onto there. So we'll let this run for just a little bit, just to see if it comes down. And then I'll come back to you. I've got to pop out this afternoon, so we'll just see how it goes. And I might do the talky bit when I get back. Okay, catch you in a bit. Okay, guys. There we are. Just did the little test to see where it might stagger and stall. Oh, what do we know? Stalling. Bang on the level that I've just put in. Just there. So what I wanted to do here was to highlight how important fibs are. And if you understand how they work, basically how they'll react to the marketplace. That's simple. So I'm quite pleased with that because it's done exactly what I said it would. There we go. And am I paid? Yeah. Hit my 200 quid for the day. Happy boy. Don't need to do anything more so I can quit. And in fact, if I flick that back because there's something just come in the corner of my eye, bang on it. The exact stall point that we were talking about. So when we're looking at charts, always think about what you're seeing as well. You know, trade what you see. Don't try and second guess it. But if you've been around it a long time, you get to know what the characteristics are. And they can be mappable in what is a random way of trading. Now, you see anybody that's just firing up a trading view and says, I've done this. That's really easy to do if you know what the outcome is. To sort of predict something like that, what I've just done, is slightly different. And I think that's the difference between somebody that does it for a living and somebody that would like to do it for a living, because there is a big difference. Now, as you go through your trading career, you'll pick up all sorts of little tips. And the only tip that I think you need to remember is trade what you see. That's it. If you can trade what you see, you're halfway there, because then you're not trying to reverse engineer the market. You're not trying to outwit the market. You're just going with what you see. If it's going up, it's going up. If it's hitting a resistance point and it's bouncing, then it's bouncing. If it's surging, it can't surge forever. So there can be a retracement. All of these things, you can see it. And keep it simple. That's simple. Are you simple?
You see I am.
Well, you constantly call me fat. So you obviously see something. Obviously a lot of something. Anyway, that's it for today. Just putting my money where my mouth is. Trying to help you best I can. Do drop your comments. I answer every single one of them. If you find value in what I do hit the like and subscribe. Genuinely motivates me to do more. And if you're stuck, just ask. I'm easy found. So as always, guys, trade well, keep your risk managed, but above all, do what you love, and the money will follow. See you all in the next one.